Hey guys, my name is Kevin and this is a discussion video. Now, I'd like to talk about something that I've noticed. I've noticed that I know what majority of you want as far as what content you like to see. And for those of you who like whatever I put out, thank you, that means a lot. Anyway, well, I'd like to say before I really begin this video, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you who have supported me up to this point. It really means a lot. I'm still going and whatnot, and for those of you who are subscribed, not subscribed, for those of you who are patrons, non-patrons, or all of you guys, all of you mean a lot to me. You guys make me feel alive, and that's a very warm thing, that hey, there are people out there who like Old English. But anyway, so let's carry on with the video. There's something I've noticed with my content, especially my secular content. Yeah, some of you, well, I think, I have a theory why I've been getting some dislikes. Well, then again, dislikes are inevitable. You're going to get them, no matter what. But it's just a matter of when. I think it's because, well, Kevin, people think, well, Kevin, where's the devotional music? Where's the devotional content? Like, ever since my recent uploads, I realized, okay, I haven't got any dislikes, so, okay, this is what the bulk of my audience wants. Yeah, sure, music is a big part of me, and always will be. But it means so much to me when I make devotional music, and it's just so nice that that's what people want. Because it's a very, very deep. I'm looking at my phone. That's where my notes are, so I don't get off track. Yeah, it's just don't get me wrong. The thing is, I like having fun, right? Am I not allowed to have fun? I like giving the air of, I don't know, the facade of like an Anglo-Saxon rock star, what would that be like, like Sum 41, Old English, or Blink-182 Old English, or Green Day Old English. That'd be, be hard to imagine, it's funny how I take my imagination and bring it into the material world, like I'm some kind of magician. Anyway, what else? Yeah, it makes me feel really good. That people like the devotional content, because especially with the meditations, when I started doing the meditation videos, I thought, well, who's gonna like this? Yeah, a few people, but I didn't think many of you would, and it really hit me why though, because when you meditate, that's a very intimate thing to do. That's because you're focusing, you're alone, or maybe you're with someone, and you're having these really quiet, deep moments with yourself, and to the deity or the divine, if you will, that you're focusing on. And for me to be that person to help you, so that meditation video is like your spiritual tool, to connect with the divine. And it makes me so happy that I have the ability to do that, people like those kinds of videos, and the same can be said for the devotional songs, so the devotees of Free, like the recent one, and that's really funny, because when I made that song, I thought, oh, that doesn't sound good, because the thing is, when you make a song, when you record a song, you hear your voice over and over again. You get tired of your own voice, and I'm thinking, oh, it sounds so cringy and whatnot. But hey, people love it. And it makes me so happy that it's like I'm looking at a picture, and my nose is at it. Well, everyone else is 10 feet away, so they see the whole thing, but I don't because I'm too close to it. Cool metaphor, eh? Anyway, yeah, the thing is with the devotional music, or devotional content, I should say. There's a bigger picture with this stuff. It's not some for fun, hey, let's experiment with Old English. No, it's something much deeper than that. I'm under the belief that we are living in the age of Kali Yuga, age of confusion. And I truly believe in being a hero, heroism. I truly believe that. And I feel with this content I'm creating, let alone this channel, connecting people to their ancestry, or just for sake of fun learning. You know, because when you learn something hard, you gain confidence. Like, oh wow, I mastered this. You know, like you meditated on something, you focused on something, and you got better at it. And Old English is just one of those things where it's like a skill. Like, oh wow, all of a sudden I'm a linguistic badass. You know, you gain confidence, and that's a wonderful, positive thing. And so, yeah, hang on, excuse me. Yeah, it's just you know, I like to uplift people. You know, this channel is meant to be a positive environment. A learning channel, a spiritual channel where you can connect with the English deities in a Indo-European manner. Yes, that's another thing I want to tell you guys. Like, I don't just learn Old English. When I make a video, I do a lot of reading about previous spirituality in pre-Christian Europe. I do a lot of reading on things that are Indo-European, like. And I listen to a lot of Indian music, a lot of Vedic music to gain inspiration. And so yeah, for some of you may be thinking, hey, this kind of sounds Indian, Kevin. Well, yeah, well, I mean, where do you think I get this ideas from? And for those of you who are thinking, hey, wait, man, what does this have to do with, you know, Anglo-Saxon and all that stuff? That doesn't... The thing is, if you really look at what the Indians have done, because the thing is, they're 1,000 years ahead of us. And if you look at how they venerate their deities and whatnot, you just think 1,000 years ago, our ancestors would have done something similar. You know, like, another way of looking at this is like, what would you have done 1,000 years ago? You know, like, there's only so many things we can do as people, right? I mean, you know, like, some people think, oh, it's such a mystery how things were done back then. Well, to be fair, I mean, there are some things we'll never know. There are some things that, you know, we just don't have the evidence for or what have you, but don't let evidence be your limitation. I mean, you can draw inspiration from what is living now. I mean, in regard to Hinduism, well, really Sanatana Dharma, and Sanatana Dharma is a Sanskrit term that means eternal natural law. All right, that's a misconception of a lot of people when they say Hinduism, they really mean Sanatana Dharma. Anyway, so, God, I'm going on a big tangent. Yeah, this is one of those videos where I kind of, well, I'll just be myself, really. But to know more about Kali Yuga, I would recommend, from like an all-encompassing Indo-European perspective, I'll link down below a video by Survive the Jive. It's a wonderful video, beautiful video, like how he articulates himself and whatnot, and yeah, I mean, because thing is, for those of you who are new to this sort of thing and whatnot, you have to bear in mind something that's really important, that everything material in this world, and what do I mean by that? Everything material. Material as in, like, for example, you buy an ice cream, you know, you see it, you feel it, you taste it, it's great, but eventually you're going to finish eating it, right? So all material pleasures, that nice car, that's going to break down someday. That nice building, it's going to break down someday. You know, all material things are temporary, whereas spiritual things are forever. They're ongoing. In fact, in Sanskrit, there's a word called prema, which means love, but in a context of like ever expanding, eternal, unbroken, and you know, that's the one way of really to really understand this stuff. I mean, it's really hard because for a lot of you, these ideas are really new, and it's okay if you don't understand it right away. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And anyway, I'm a little all over the place. But the thing is, with my channel, in regards to my devotional content, I really feel like I'm part of something much bigger than myself. That I'm, you know, that I'm providing, you know, like, cause you know, I'm going through the hard work of like, you know, researching what I can, how can I, because thing is, when I listen to a bhajan or kirtan or an Indian song, devotional Indian song to a deity, I don't know, Kali or Vishnu or Lakshmi or what have you, I just think, what would this be like in an English context? And that gets people thinking, well, I don't know. I mean, because we've been Christian for like 1,000 years. Like, it doesn't, that never goes through people's minds. And with my last song, the devotional song to Free, that is me imagining what music would have sounded like if Christianity never came to England. I mean, had we still remained pagans. I mean, I don't like using that term because it has some negative connotations. But anyway, but yeah, I feel like I'm part of something much bigger than myself. And you know, when I make the devotional content, I feel like I'm really providing. I feel like I'm really giving, and giving feels good. You know, it's better to give than to receive, truly. You know, because you know, like I feel the devotional content is very meaningful to the viewer, to you, and to me as well, because I feel like I'm adding to the culture that's emerging. Because yeah, we're in Kali Yuga, but another way to look at it is that we're going through an Indo-European spiritual renaissance. That's how I would phrase it. Other people may call it other things, but I would call it that, because people are looking and experimenting with different ideas and whatnot, and you know, it makes me feel so alive that a lot of you guys like this content I'm doing, and because I think it's because, hey Kevin, this works. This makes me feel good. You know, this I feel like I'm, you know, I know a lot of you don't comment. Well, I mean, a good number of you do comment, but they're all you silent people. I mean, you know, you follow me for a reason, and I'm very thankful that you like what I do. I mean, for some of you, it's just, hey, it's just more Old English. You know, you're getting that intellectual, linguistic stimulation, as well as for some of you, spiritual stimulation. And yeah, it means so much to me that you guys like it. And I would like to also recommend another channel. Apart from Survive the Jive's video and Survive the Jive. Yes, if you want to know anything about the Proto-Indo-Europeans or anything Indo-European, Survive the Jive. Check him out. He is a glorious, glorious man. And, you know, it's through Indo-European texts, for me, it's Beowulf, that you know, it keeps me going, keeps me, you know, pursuing glory, pursuing honor, or something I like to call everlasting confidence. You know, like what I do in my second channel, like Old High German, Old Saxon, or even Old English, like that's forever. Like people remember, hey, that's the guy that did Old English. That's the guy who helped me learn this and that. And that's forever. You know, like because thing is, what we do in life forever echoes in eternity. All right, because you know, like from the Norse text, that the deeds of a dead man never die. You know, if somebody does something good to you or good for you, that you'll remember that person, because, oh wow, that's the guy who helped me out on that thing, or that's the guy who told me about that. I never knew of that before. You know, I like that guy. You know, and I mean, I truly want to be a positive influence on people. You know, I mean, I'm a very optimistic person. I mean, you know, like everyone has the potential for greatness, to ascend to greatness, whatever that may be. I mean, some of you are talented musicians, some of you are talented illustrators, some of you are talented speakers, or what have you. I mean, you know, I mean, we all have great potential, and oh God, I've said so many things. You know, like I'm kind of pouring my heart out here, really. I mean, oh dear, yeah, yeah. I really, I don't know. I guess I'm too optimistic to some degree, but hey, sure, maybe Kali Yuga, but that also means a ripe time for heroes to emerge. You know, I mean, let Beowulf or Aeneas or Odysseus inspire you. You know, for greatness, to glory, honor, everlasting confidence. You know, because there's always a dragon to fight, a giant to slay, a mountain to climb, whatever your metaphor may be. You know, only you can stop you. You leaf in thick. You see, even with my secular music, I pour in my my heroic values, my Indo-European mindset. Well, I mean, do I really have that? Anyway, you get the idea that I try to like put positive influences within my music, even the secular stuff. So yeah. So if you made it this far in this video, oh yeah, the recommendation. Ooh. Yeah, the two channels I'd like to recommend in this video are one, Survive the Jive, and one called Forgotten Roots. Okay? Forgotten Roots, I like his channel. He has a very calming voice. He and I were on the same, on a similar or same wavelength. You know that, Yuga. You know, it's but like, don't let that bring you down. Sure, Kali Yuga may sound like a bad thing, but like, the sun will always rise the next day, and that's, like I said, a ripe time for heroism, a ripe time to be the best you can be. Just because, again, anything material is temporary. Our bodies are temporary. I mean, so hopefully with that in mind, when people realize that, oh no, not more like, okay, let's do this. Let's get out there and slay that dragon. Let's get out there to climb that mountain. Like self-activization, self-agency. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching if you made it this far. So yeah, thanks for watching again. Take care.